Here to review step number 41 of the 67 steps. This one was called Sam Chupp and Making, Watching, Wondering. Moving beyond the 3 types into just the 2 types. Ty reminds us at the beginning of this lesson that after his apprenticeship with Joel Salatin on his polyphase farm, Ty went and actually lived with the Amish for 2.5 years. The Amish are a group of Christians that moved from Germany to first Pennsylvania and then spread out to other states in the northeastern United States. And they're not a cult. They are a group that lives basically unchanged since we used to live 200 years ago. And they live a primarily community-based lifestyle. And Ty explains that he lived with the Chupp family, and the father and husband of that family was Sam Chupp. And Ty explains to us that he was working with Sam Chupp in his barn one day when Sam Chupp said to him, "Ty, there are 3 types of people in the world. The first make things happen, the second watch things happen, and the third wonder what happened." Now, Sam Chupp have said this as a joke, tongue-in-cheek, but there's a lot of wisdom and insightfulness to this. And the bottom line of this episode is you want to be 2 of the types, and you definitely want to minimize your time as the other type. You want to specifically be the type that makes things happen and watches things happen, and you don't want to be the type that gets to the end of your life and wonders what the hell happened. And Ty gives you some practical suggestions on how you could become more the right type. Remember, the right type means moving towards the good life: health, wealth, love, and happiness, and fulfillment. So define that how you want. But Ty says, remember, these are called the 3 modalities of life. And the first one is about, watching what happens. And Ty says you do that by increasing your curiosity level. There's a ton of things that you use every day that you may not have a full understanding of. One of which is your laptop or computer. He asks you, what does the F5 button do on your keyboard? What does Control F1 do? How do you not know that if you're using it every day? He asks you, if you have a business, what's your business cost per month? What's your monthly income? What's your monthly IRR? These are things you should know. And if you don't know them, that's okay at this moment, but it's time to up your curiosity. He gives you even more specific practical suggestions in that in the health, wealth, and love areas of your life, the main areas, you should have curiosity in all of them. For example, in health, what specifically is a healthy person? Well, one key performance indicator of health that you should know is your ideal body mass index. You should also know how much sleep you're getting every night, things like that. You should know the difference of micro and macronutrients. For wealth, again, we just mentioned it for business, but you should know the difference between stocks and bonds. He gives a few other examples. Of course, you're not going to be a walking encyclopedia because the world's ever changing, but you want to at least have general knowledge in these important areas in your life, or if nothing else, at least know where to find them. And of course, the second type you want to be, ideally, is to be someone that makes things happen. You never read the history books about someone that wonders what happened. And there's a book called The Power of Introverts, where Ty talks about even people like Bill Gates that are introverted still make things happen. They're hugely impactful on the world. And the third type is the type that you definitely don't want to be. That's probably what most of the world is, like zombies that chase a mirage, as he calls it. And they are people that wonder what happened. Certainly there's times to observe exclusively, like when you go to a sporting event or a movie, but even in those situations, Ty explains, really, even there, you should be increasing your curiosity. If you see professional athletes on a basketball court or something like that, you want to figure out why specifically are those people at the top of what they do. And about to be kicked out of here, it looks like, so I'm just gonna get to my questions at the end of this lesson. But, Ty says, cultivate curiosity about everything. You have one shot at life, so make it count. And his questions at the end of this lesson are, what is something you've always been bad about being in a state of just wondering? What are you going to do about that? And what's something you've been really good at, and how can you double down on that? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on review number 42. Take care.